After 5 long years of waiting, we finally have another Borderlands game. While the bazillion gun game may have faced a bazillion controversies ahead of launch, Gearbox's most recent loot shooting sensation hasn't let us down. So settle in, fellow Vault Hunters, and join us on a journey through Pandora and beyond. Today, we're gunning to give you 107 facts about Borderlands 3. Number 1. The games in the Borderlands series follow treasure-seeking misfits known as Vault Hunters as they try to locate alien vaults and battle enemies along the way. Throughout their journeys, they collect loot in the forms of guns and cash. Prior to Borderlands 3, the game's events typically took place on a planet called Pandora. Number 2. In Borderlands 3, players are returning to Pandora. However, for the first time in the series, Borderlands 3's story takes our heroes to other planets. Number 3. Promethea is a heavily developed commercial hub. It's also the headquarters of Atlas, the weapons manufacturer that served as the antagonists of the first game. Number 4. When the Vault Hunters arrive at Promethea, they find themselves caught in an ongoing siege on Atlas forces by Maliwan, a competing arms dealer. Number 5. Eden 6 is a lush biome teeming with deadly fauna. The Jacob's Gun dynasty is based in the swamps of this planet. Number 6. Lastly, there's Athenas, a mountainous, secluded planet populated by the Order of the Impending Storm, a clan of monks who live in temples built into the mountains. Number 7. The game's trailer, released on March 28, 2019, touted over 1 billion guns, which many guessed was exaggeration in line with the game's in-your-face tone. Number 8. Months later, Borderlands 3 creative director Paul Sage confirmed that the game didn't actually have 1 billion guns, it had far more. He claimed he didn't want to do the math on how many guns would actually be in the game, preferring instead to simply say, over 1 billion. Number 9. Coinciding with the reveal, actor Ice-T hinted that he would be voicing a character in the game. The character was later revealed to be Balex, an AI trapped inside of a teddy bear. Number 10. Borderlands 3 once again puts players into the role of an all-new group of treasure-seeking Vault Hunters, similar to other Borderlands main series titles. The Vault Hunters would be tasked with protecting the Borderlands from the Children of the Vault, led by the fanatical Calypso twins, who are working to unite Bandit clan factions into one super faction. Number 11. Tyreen, one of the 2 Calypso twins, is one of the 6 Sirens. Commandant Steele was a Siren too. The other 4 Sirens are Lilith, Maya, Amara, and Angel. Number 12. A Siren is an individual possessing superhuman abilities, fueled by iridium ore. Number 13. Troy is the only known male able to use Siren abilities, a trait that likely has to do with his parasitic connection to his sister. As a result, her powers are far more potent than his, giving her a dominant role in their relationship. Number 14. Once united, the Children of the Vault seek to open every vault in the galaxy. What happens when they do that? Let's just say nothing good. Number 15. An announcement video teased new Vault Hunters: Moze the Gunner, Amara the Siren, Flak the Beastmaster, and Zane the Operative. Number 16. The new characters feature a reworked skill tree system, which starts them out with 3 active abilities that players can augment as they level up. Number 17. Moze is a veteran soldier, formerly employed by Vladov, a weapon manufacturer featured prominently in the series. After a mission left her squad decimated, Moze took up a new career as a Vault Hunter. Number 18. Moze's specialty allows her to summon a mech, Iron Bear, when she needs backup during a fight. Number 19. Her abilities allow her to change Iron Bear's weaponry, letting the mech switch between a railgun, a minigun, and a grenade launcher. Number 20. Like previous playable characters, Lilith and Maya, Amara is a Siren. She comes from an impoverished background in Partali, India. Number 21. Amara calls on her siren powers to give her extra arms, which she can use to smash opponents. Number 22. Her ability, Phase Grasp, lets her summon a giant arm to seize foes, holding them in place. Number 23. Phase Cast creates a psionic projection of herself, which charges forward, obliterating all in its path. Number 24. Phase Slam is a leaping attack, launching herself into the air and slamming sound, blasting nearby enemies skyward. Number 25. Zane, the game's technical expert, uses an array of gadgets to deceive enemies. Number 26. The brother of bandit lords Baron and Captain Flint, their actual legal names, Zane is a graduate of an elite school of assassins along with Borderlands 2 protagonist Zero. Number 27. His abilities include Digiclone, which materializes a cybernetic decoy to distract and shoot at opponents. Number 28. He can also deploy his Sentinel drone to fly around and open fire on targets. Number 29. Finally, he can create a digital barrier to block enemy fire while allowing allies' attacks to pass through. Number 30. As the Beastmaster, Flak can summon a Beast Pal for battle once his action skill is unlocked. Number 31. You have your choice between a pistol-armed Jabber sidekick, a Spider Ant Centurion, and a Guard Skag. Number 32. Flak is a sentient AI on a journey of self-discovery. They have an affinity of animals, but find the customs of humans strange and confusing. Number 33. This aligns with Flak's voice actor Prosy D, whose humor centers around humanity's confusing and strange love for anime. Just kidding. We love anime too. Number 34. Flack uses they/them pronouns and identifies as a gender non-binary character, a fact confirmed by Borderlands 3 writer Sam Winkler. Number 35. Flack also has the ability to cloak, letting them land critical hits when invisible. Number 36. In addition, their rack attack ability lets them call 2 rat creatures from the sky to dive bomb foes. Number 37. Their final ability lets them create an irradiated portal, teleporting their pet and causing it to grow in size, letting it deal massive irradiated damage to enemies. Number 38. Gearbox once again touted the variety of the bazillions of guns that can be found in the game, this time referencing specialty weapons that could spawn volcanoes or grow legs and scout out enemies to shoot. Number 39. Longtime Borderlands fans are familiar with the series' various competing weapons manufacturers, each of which lends their unique bonuses to the guns you'll find. Borderlands 3 has more than ever. Number 40. Jacob's brand guns fire ricochet bullets, which bounce into other targets whenever you land a critical hit. Number 41. The sleek and stylish Atlas guns come with tracker tags. Tag an enemy, and all subsequent bullets will home in on them. Number 42. When TDR guns run out of ammo, you'll reload by throwing your empty weapon like a grenade and watching it chase after your opponents while a brand new, fully loaded firearm materializes in your hand. Number 43. Borderlands 2 baddies Hyperion are still in the arms business, and their guns now come with mounted shields and increased accuracy the longer you hold the trigger. Number 44. Series mainstay Doll returns as well with alternate fire modes for each of their weapons, letting you switch to burst fire for added accuracy. Number 45. Every Vladoff weapon comes with an underbarrel attachment. These can include everything from shotguns to rocket launchers to tasers. Number 46. Torg guns have the added option to turn all of your bullets into sticky explosives, allowing you to decorate bandits like Christmas trees before detonating all of your shots at once for added damage. Number 47. Mollywan is also back with the ability to switch between various elemental modifiers for each shot. Number 48. Finally, the Children of the Vault, the main faction you'll be facing in Borderlands 3, has all of their soldiers outfitted with infinite ammo guns. Turn one of their weapons back on them and fire away. Number 49. Unfortunately, the game doesn't have crossplay support as of launch. However, a 2K representative reiterated the team's commitment to supporting Borderlands 3 crossplay in the future. Number 50. In addition, the game has split-screen play on consoles, though only for 2 players. 4-way split-screen isn't an option. Number 51. Several months before its release, to many of its fans' dismay, Gearbox shared that the PC version of the game would be exclusive to the Epic Game Store for 6 months upon its release. At the time, the Epic Game Store had recently emerged as a competitor to Valve-owned Steam. Number 52. Almost instantly, gamers retaliated by review bombing the game's precursor, Borderlands 2, on Steam. Players left more than 1,600 negative Borderlands 2 reviews over just a couple of days. Number 53. Following the review bombing drama, a YouTuber named JoltsDude139 shared that he discovered a message in Morse code on the Borderlands 3 cover art photo. Number 54. Where is the first Vault Hunter, and who is the Destroyer? The messages read. Fans of the series knew that the Destroyer was the final boss of the first Borderlands game. This, of course, spurned speculation that the Destroyer would appear in some major fashion in Borderlands 3. The speculation proved to be correct. Number 55. The message about the first Vault Hunter refers to Typhon Dolion, the first Vault Hunter, who plays a prominent role in the story of Borderlands 3. Number 56. As the hype started to build, so too did the game's controversies. Prior to the gameplay release event, more controversy emerged when voice actor Troy Baker, who voiced Reese in Tales from the Borderlands, shared his dissatisfaction over not being asked to reprise his role, even though the character was set to appear in Borderlands 3. This prompted a response from Pitchford, saying, "With how Reese appears in the game, I don't think it actually matters at all." Baker responded, suggesting that Pitchford should fact-check his tweets. Yikes. Really though, turns out Baker turned the role down because Gearbox wouldn't work with his union, SAG-AFTRA. Number 57. That's complicated, but the story of Tiny Tina's voice actor, Ashley Birch, is much simpler. She's returning as Tiny Tina. Number 58. During a gameplay reveal event on May 1st, 2019, the Gearbox team introduced a new system for loot instancing, a new feature that meant characters playing co-op could choose to have separate loot pools. Number 59. The new system allows players to select loot from pools that are balanced to their own level, meaning a level 46 player playing with a level 20 friend wouldn't have to worry about getting loot too low level for them to use. Number 60. At the event, Borderlands 3 lead boss designer Matt Cox told VG27 that the game would have 4 story-based premium DLC packs. He also confirmed in-game special events as well as raids, but didn't delve any further into the details. Number 61. During the presentation, Pitchford said the game wouldn't have free-to-play mechanics or microtransactions. However, Gearbox's Sage told Game Informer that players would be able to pay for cosmetics. This seemed to contradict Pitchford's statement. Come on, for crying out loud, Pitchford, fact check! Number 62. After a tweet storm from Pitchfork defending his statement, producer Chris Brock sought to set the record straight. When we say no microtransactions, what we're really trying to say is that we're not trying to nickel and dime people, he told Games Industry Biz. We'll probably make content after launch that we will sell, but we also don't intend to take what Borderlands was and then chop it up into chunks and sell it. Number 63. However, certain more expensive game additions include loot boost modes and XP boosts that can assist a player's level progression. Number 64. Gearbox acknowledged that these give players an initial boost, but maintains that they're not the same as pay-to-win strategies, as mods are capped and tied to specific gear. It also notes that Borderlands is not a competitive game, and therefore, these are not competitive advantages. Okay, hopefully that's done for the controversy. Number 65. In the days following the gameplay reveal, Dave Eddings, a former Gearbox employee who voiced the lovably hateable character Claptrap in Borderlands, Borderlands 2, Borderlands the pre-sequel, and Tales from the Borderlands, shared that he wasn't voicing the role in Borderlands 3. Number 66. Eddings said that this was due to a pay dispute. This was the first time he'd insisted on getting paid to voice the character, he said, and that as such, Gearbox claimed they couldn't afford him. Number 67. After Pitchfork shot back on Twitter, calling Eddings disgruntled, Eddings shared that he offered to take on the role for free in exchange for past royalties and an apology for an incident that took place between the two. Randy physically assaulted me in the lobby of the Marriott Marquis at GDC 2017, Eddings shared, claiming that he never publicly spoken about the incident until that very moment. Well, okay, it can't get much worse than that. Number 68. Comedian Chris Hardwick was announced to be reprising his role as Vaughn, a low-ranking Hyperion accountant from Tales from the Borderlands. Hardwick had voiced the character in Borderlands 2 Lilith in the fight for Sanctuary, but the Nerdist founder and Talking Dead host had largely retreated from the spotlight after ex-girlfriend Chloe Dykstra came forth with abuse allegations stemming from their time together. Number 69. Less problematic returning Borderlands characters include Ellie, Marcus, Zero, Maya, and Sir Hammerlock. However, Pitchfork was adamant that popular character Handsome Jack would not reappear, reminding players the character was dead and gone. Number 70. This was technically accurate, but the character does return in spirit in the form of Handsome Jackie, who appears as an Easter egg. Fact check Pitchfork. Number 71. In early June of 2019, Gearbox responded to a terminally ill fan's Reddit request to get to play the game in advance of its launch. The Borderlands enthusiast said he wasn't sure if he'd make it long enough to play the game upon its official launch. Number 72. Not only did Gearbox invite the fan to the studio to play the game, but the developers also gave the 26-year-old player a chance to name one of Borderlands 3's in-game weapons. While he did see the game's release, sadly, Trevor Eastman passed away at the age of 27 on October 2nd, 2019. Number 73. The Compressing Trevinator is a shotgun that switches between cryo and fire-type damage and includes a description that says, "Trev is gonna get you." Number 74. Plenty of other unique weapons in the game followed the Borderlands tradition of being as unorthodox as can be. The butt plug is a gun. Now really, with reduced firing damage and impeccable melee damage. Fittingly enough, it deals bonus damage when attacking from behind, enough to instantly kill most weaker enemies. Number 75. The Smart Gun XXL spawns a living brain that seeks out and attacks your enemies every time you reload. Number 76. The One Pump Chump, a weapon that you get by killing One Punch Bandit, a reference to One Punch Man, is only able to load one round at a time. But fittingly, each shot does massive damage. Just be careful getting it from One Punch Bandit. He can, kill you in one punch. Number 77. At E3 2019, Google announced that Borderlands 3 would be a day one release for its upcoming streaming service, Stadia. Number 78. Gearbox had a prominent appearance at GuardianCon in July 2019, where it shared details about the game's ping system and its multiplayer experience. Features include Discord integration, an in-game mailbox that allows players to send items to friends, and a 1v1v1v1 dueling system. Number 79. It also shared insights on how gamers would be able to integrate with streamers through the game's EchoCast Twitch extension. This feature allows players to earn loot while watching streamers and participate in streamer-hosted events where players can buy their favorite streamers in-game beers or spawn enemies into their games. Number 80. In July 2019, merely months before Gearbox released Borderlands 3, the studio released a free final DLC for Borderlands 2 called Commander Lilith and the Fight for Sanctuary, centered around Lilith, the playable siren from the first game who became a major NPC in subsequent entries. Number 81. The Borderlands 2 expansion led players through an 8-hour campaign where Vaughn devises and executes a plan to take back the city of Sanctuary from Colonel Hector. In the meantime, aided by a biological weapon that turns people into plants, Hector and crew wreak havoc on the city. Borderlands 3 picks up where this final Borderlands 2 DLC left off. Number 82. In an effort to build even more hype around the game, Fortnite also hosted an in-game Borderlands 3 event called Fortnite X Mayhem. This included a new rift zone based on Borderlands Pandora, as well as in-game challenges such as an objective that involved finding Claptrap's eye. Number 83. The Gearbox team also played on the game's satirical approach to commercialization through a series of ads, which looked like ads for actual products, but suddenly became corrupted by Borderlands-inspired imagery. Number 84. At about the same time, sites began publishing game reviews. Kotaku writer Jason Schreier pointed out that 2K's process of working with game reviewers was highly unusual, noting that even some highly established publications weren't granted review copies with enough time to fully finish the game for a pre-launch review. Those who did get earlier access, he pointed out, were merely given access to unfinished builds of the game. Number 85. 2K's official stance was that this process was a response to security concerns. About a month prior, parent company Take-Two sent private investigators to the home of a YouTuber known for posting game leaks on his channel. Number 86. The YouTuber, Supmato, had been reporting on Borderlands content, including leaks and data mine materials, since 2015. After an unexpected hiatus from his channel, he explained his absence in a return video. He revealed that the investigators had questioned him, with a confirmation from Take-Two, that they felt the YouTuber was leaking confidential information, breaking copyrights, and engaging in illegal activities. Number 87. This most recent of the game's many controversies was enough for fans to retaliate, using the hashtag #BoycottBorderlands3 to the point that it became a trending Twitter topic. Number 88. Borderlands 3 was released on September 13, 2019. On its launch day, the game was Twitch's most watched game, peaking at 204,000 viewers. Number 89. A week later, however, this number would plummet to only 18,000 viewers. Number 90. Players reported that the main campaign takes about 30 hours to complete, but side quests and other in-game activities add numerous hours of content to the experience. Number 91. In spite of mixed reviews, the game shipped more than 5 million copies in its first 2 weeks after launch. This made Borderlands 3 the fastest selling game in publisher 2K's history. It also meant the Borderlands series had reached a milestone of more than 1 billion in net bookings, a metric that includes the sum of all sales, merchandise revenue, in-game advertising, and other earnings. Borderlands is only the second 2K series to earn this distinction. Number 92. True to the Borderlands style, the game includes tons of pop culture references and meta jokes. One of these Easter eggs is a gun called the Two-Time. This weapon refers to Twitch streamer Dr. Disrespect, who prominently but disingenuously lists himself as the two-time Blockbuster Games World Champion for 1993 and 1994. Number 93. Many other weapons reference numerous other video games, such as the Freeman rocket launcher, a nod to the Half-Life series, and the Doom-inspired Speed-Loadin' Hellwalker, double-barreled shotgun, which blasts heavy metal music whenever you shoot it. Number 94. While completing bounty missions, you may get a request to kill a bandit named Road Dogg. His model, weapons, and behavior are all based on Roadhog from Overwatch. He always felt like he'd be right at home on Pandora. Number 95. While exploring the sewers of Eden 6, you can find the Mother of Grogans, the uncorroded Queen of the Sewer Kingdom, an enemy whose long-winded title is uncannily reminiscent of everyone's ex-favorite Game of Thrones character, Daenerys. Watch out for her 3 fire-breathing rak children. Number 96. Players may also have the fortune, or misfortune, depending on how you look at it, of encountering 2 teleporting bandits named Wick and Wardy. Squanch them and you'll get a nice reward. To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to understand this reference. Number 97. For those of you with more refined taste in television, you can also find a Varkid named Crawley. Upon killing her, she'll split into more and more Crawley family members, each named after a different member of every Borderlands fan's favorite TV show, Downton Abbey. Who says the humor of Borderlands is lowbrow? Number 98. World-renowned magician duo Penn and Teller also lend their likenesses as bosses Pain and Terror. Penn even provides the voice acting for Pain. Teller not so much. Number 99. You might also stumble upon the lair of Rackman, a clear homage to Batman, who returns from Borderlands 2. Defeat him to prove that while he may be the hero we deserve, he's not the one we need right now. Number 100. In classic Borderlands style, characters giggle anytime they do 69 damage. Number 101. Upon beating the game, players can unlock Mayhem Mode, a feature that increases difficulty for a greater challenge. It also features rotating challenges, such as negative percentage damage on certain weapons or element types, so you can't rely on one playstyle. Number 102. In the wake of the game's release, players spoke positively of the gunplay and the quest action, but criticized loot drop rates, the game's writing, and game scaling issues, as enemies and loot levels quickly surpass player levels. Number 103. They also criticized Zane's potential as a late-game character, noting that he has no ability that allows him to do major damage to a high-level boss. Number 104. Gearbox rapidly responded to loot drop issues, nerfing drop rates in Mayhem Mode in response to learning players felt encumbered by the number of options. It also nerfed torque shotguns, which were doing a disproportional amount of damage in the game, as well as balancing Zane's abilities to deal with complaints. Number 105. Future Borderlands 3 DLC will not include additional Vault Hunters like in Borderlands 2. Gearbox's Paul Sage confirmed this on a YouTube program called The Borderlands Show. Sage suggested that once people have their Borderlands characters locked in, they're unlikely to experiment with alternates. Number 106. On the same show, the developers shared details from the game's first DLC event, the Halloween-themed Bloody Harvest. Number 107. Bloody Harvest is free for all players and touts spooky activities and unique rewards, featuring spooky new enemies and loot, as well as a new area and quest. As you can see, Borderlands 3 survived Pandora levels of craziness throughout its development and release. However, fueled by a loyal fanbase, Gearbox is proving the game has a long and loot-filled future ahead of it. I'm just hoping for a DLC where I can finally kill Claptrap. I've been your host Marcus, and if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the leaderboard. From indie to AAA, we love the games you play.